Hello, everybody, and welcome to the live reaction of Championship Wrestling presented by Pro Shingle. There is so much to talk about. I'll give you guys just a moment to file in here, ask your questions. Let's talk some pro wrestling. Let's talk about today's episode. Let's talk about the big news of the premiere of Championship Wrestling from Memphis. Let's talk about whatever wrestling you guys want to talk about. Come on in here. Hit me up in the comments. Of course, I am Dustin Starr. I guess the man of 1,000 suits. I need to get a haircut, according to Papo Esco. Don't be throwing Nerf balls at my Velcro hair. I guess I saw that in the chat today. But come on in here. It's Saturday afternoon in Memphis, Tennessee. Let's talk some pro wrestling, shall we? Lots of Ruby Rays fans today, not only in the chat, but then also on Twitter. You can follow us at CW30 Wrestling. Also, be sure to check out our relaunched website. It's championshipwrestlingmemphis.com. Hello, Terry. How are you? Aloha. Bo, I just say Bo T-N-U. Bo, I'll say Bo. That's cool. Good to see you guys again. Seems like I see you guys each and every week. Thanks for tuning in. Twitter's going extremely slow for me today. Was trying to live tweet the action as it was going on. It was kind of hard to keep up. There was so much of it. What did you guys think? Hello, Harry. How are you? Tamarius, hello. What did you guys think of today's episode? I'll tell you what. I'll be perfectly fine if I never see another man wrestle in his whitey-tighty underwear. Oh my gosh, how brutal was that? Jody Sutton, shame on you. But Todd Kinley was definitely on his game. He had so many zingers and one-liners. I'm going to have to up my game on Championship Wrestling from Memphis. Hello, Wrestling with MMA. How are you? What's going on, everybody? Share it with your friends. Let's talk some pro wrestling. I got a couple minutes here on the live stream, the live reaction. Harry says, I missed it because I was busy, so I'm going to watch the clips in a bit. Okay, well, the matches are all available in full. Also, the episode is available in full as well. James, how are you? Awesome episode. Joey Sutton was too much. Oh, my gosh. It's Jody Sutton, but yeah, Joey, it doesn't matter. Whitey Tighties was in the house drinking beer. He said, I'm cool with being called Bo. It looks like B-E-A-T-N-U. I don't know how to pronounce that. My bad. So, Bulletproof Troop said it best. Is he taking off his pants? And poor Darwin Finch, who was in the chat with us, he had to wrestle this guy. He stuck his fingers in his mouth. Oh my gosh. It was brutal. Terry says we need clarification as to the changes coming up on February 27th. Okay, we could talk about that. Terry Sutton, I could live without Joey Sutton. Yep, Jody Sutton, Joey Sutton, whatever. Tamarius, sorry, Dustin, those were not white. Okay, brownie tighties. Darwin Fitch says that was gross. Willie says, hey, Darwin, thanks for trying to cheer up Jervis. Oh, my gosh, that's so sad. Willie, hi, Dustin Star. Great episode of Championship Wrestling. Jordan Clearwater, the next United Wrestling Network heavyweight champion. He was the Heritage champion, and Jack Banning cost him that. But let's talk about Championship Wrestling from Memphis. So there was a little bit of confusion. On February 14th, we have our first ever TV tapings here in Memphis. So we will be launching and premiering Championship Wrestling from Memphis. The ringside seats are already sold out. We only have a handful of general admission remaining. They're only $10. Go check out our relaunched, revamped website. We even have a roster tab that shows you all the guys that are and gals that are already signed up, all the legends that have committed to Championship Wrestling from Memphis. That's championshipwrestlingmemphis.com. So each and every Saturday right here on this YouTube station and also on CW30 in Memphis, we feature Championship Wrestling presented by Pro Shingle that is a syndication of Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. So on February 27th, on our 100th episode, we are going to flip that. So you will no longer be able to see Championship Wrestling from Hollywood on this YouTube station. You'll see Championship Wrestling from Memphis, just like Championship Wrestling from Arizona and Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. We are under the sanctioning of the United Wrestling Network. It's a brand new show with brand new talent, all just for you. And it's based off the history and tradition of Memphis wrestling. It'll be hosted by myself and my lovely Maria. You will see some familiar faces from Hollywood on our program and from the United Wrestling Network, but also you're going to see all the very best talent of the Mid-South from right here in Memphis, Tennessee. So if you have any questions about that, let me know. The Hollywood program is not going anywhere. It's just we're changing to be exclusive original content featuring Memphis wrestling and Memphis wrestlers. Hello, Greg. How are you? He said, so happy that Kevin won. David, how are you? Impressed with Jesse James? Jesse James with a moonsault that he pulled out. I cannot believe a big man like that could pull off a moonsault. I was never, actually I could do a moonsault, but I don't do it anymore. Will Championship Wrestling from Hollywood still be seen on YouTube? If they post it on the United Wrestling Network, then yes. You will probably see some clips and highlights of Hollywood on this channel. But for the most part, this channel will be 100% Championship Wrestling from Memphis. Dustin, can I watch the Memphis show on YouTube? Greg, it'll be right here on youtube.com/Championship Wrestling every Saturday at noon, just like it is right now. Teddy said Maria is hot. That's my wife, so I appreciate that, but be respectful. Greg, I'm a little late, so just asking. OMG, wow, yes. So this station will be, you'll see it probably happen on February 1st, where it'll flip over to Championship Wrestling from Memphis. But now up until the 27th, you can still see Championship Wrestling from Hollywood right here. So Coley says Championship Wrestling from Memphis is CW30 on February 14th. So the 14th are the TV tapings. The actual television premiere will be on February 27th. Tamaria said, I went back and watched the 2019 Red Carpet Rumble and had a couple of laughs last night. Did you see myself and my lovely Maria make our grand entrance? So another cool thing about Championship Wrestling from Memphis is we will follow the same pattern as the United Wrestling Network. Like you saw, the PP3 Cup, we have a Cobra Cup based off of the legend King Cobra, the first ever African-American world heavyweight champion that pinned Jerry Lawler at Mid-South Coliseum. You've got the Red Carpet Rumble. I'm thinking maybe we do something like the Grind City Rumble to be more Memphis-based. So you're going to see a lot of the cool stuff, but you're all going to see it in original content produced right here in Memphis, Tennessee. So Big Metroid said the Bodega pulled off the bowling shoe ugly win. Oh, man, what about Slice Boogie being at ringside? And what a feather in the cap for them. Talk about protection. Bo says, as long as I can get my elaborate thoughts out on Hollywood while still enjoying Memphis, I'm Gucci. Well, we're all fans of Hollywood. So absolutely. And I would imagine that you would have some of the Hollywood talent tuning in just like they do now. And you'll see some of the Memphis talent tuning in onto the live chat. Destiny says, Bill Dundee. Yes, the superstar Bill Dundee. He will be a part. He will be there and be a part of Championship Wrestling from Memphis. You can't have Memphis wrestling without superstar Bill Dundee. Coley, yes, Jerry Lawler is from Memphis. You're right. Greg says, I shared the Championship Wrestling link earlier today. Too good of a federation not to. Well, I appreciate it. We had over 110 live viewers all chatting, so that was really, really cool. We appreciate each and every one of you. Had a lot of fun in there, as always, and we'll do the same with Championship Wrestling from Memphis. We do have tickets on sale right now. They're only $10. That's championshipwrestlingmemphis.com. So anybody that's in the Mid-South area, Tennessee, Mississippi, or Arkansas, I would highly suggest and recommend making the trip and be a part of history. We haven't had Memphis wrestling in 15 years. How crazy is that? Greg says, let's see, Coley says, Polly Payne says this will so personal. I'm not sure what that means. Ricky, I love Bill Dundee too. It's the superstar and 5-star. Oh, yeah. Dobo, how are you? Dobson, Dobo Dobson, how are you? Thanks for joining us here on the live reaction. So if you guys have any other questions about the transition to Championship Wrestling from Memphis, hit me up. Or if you guys want to talk about the episode today, I thought it was really good. We got to hear from Jordan Clearwater for the first time since the arrival of Jack Banning. Ray Rosas for the first time since, and you know how I feel about Ray Rosas, but he did a great job eliminating SoCal distancing. Bo says 15 years. Damn, that's more than half of my lifetime. Yeah, so it was 15 years since we've had Championship Wrestling here in Memphis live. And so I was on that show. I was a champion on that show. They used to have the developmental territory here in Memphis, and all that kind of stuff could come back. You never know. I know they have their performance center, but they also have WWE Network. So you never know where Championship Wrestling from Memphis will end up. Destiny says, so who will be hosting Championship Wrestling on Fight? Do you know what time it airs? I'm going to love Championship Wrestling from Memphis. So amazing. So on Fight TV, I believe it comes on Sundays, maybe Sundays at midnight, something like that. They used to put those shows on the United Wrestling Network YouTube channel, and then I believe they stopped doing that. So I'm not real sure, but I'll get the answer for you, Destiny. But yes, you still will be able to watch Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. Coley says, still the mystery man of SoCal distancing unmasked. Who was the masked man? Oh, yeah, that was Dom. Gosh, you had to ask me. Dom Kubrick was the masked man that helped win. He had the little mask on. Ricky says, bring back the NWA territories. I would rather bring back the Memphis territories. So that's what I'm doing, is I'm bringing back the Memphis territory. Willie, will there be interaction between Championship Wrestling from Hollywood and Memphis? Absolutely. Just like you see on Championship Wrestling from Arizona and Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, you will see all the United Wrestling Network champions which travel. So when we crown a United Wrestling Network world champion, he will defend that title in Memphis. When we crown a United Wrestling Network women's champion, that title will be defended right here in Memphis. The United World Tag Team titles we saw today being defended by the Bodega. I would love to bring the Bodega to Memphis and have them defend those titles. The United Wrestling Network Television Championship. All the United Wrestling Network titles don't just stay in Hollywood. They travel to Arizona. They can travel to Memphis. They travel a little bit of everywhere. Primetime Live. So you'll see those titles. But then also, I'm excited that we will have our own Memphis champion here. And so stay tuned on what the name of that champion will be, what that title will look like, when it will premiere. Lots of exciting stuff. I can't reveal everything just yet. You have to watch to see. But yes, there will be interaction between Hollywood and Memphis. Polly Payne from Royal Woods of the Loud House on Nickelodeon. Okay. Dave Scooby, Championship Wrestling is Sunday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern on Fight TV. Thanks, Dave. That's very helpful. Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, you can watch Sunday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern. Monkey, is that a hint of gray there in my hair? No, I think it's just the lighting here. Thanks a lot, though, Monkey. David, I agree with Ricky. When I first started watching wrestling regularly, I came in on the tail end of the territory system. Maybe there are some remnants left in the across the nation era. Well, Memphis was the wrestling territory. In Memphis, Memphis Wrestling was the professional sports team before the Grizzlies, before the Redbirds, before 901 FC Soccer. And luckily, the same production team that produces all of those, well, maybe not the Grizzlies, Redbirds, soccer, MMA, they're all tag teaming with Dave Marquez and the United Wrestling Network and us to bring you the best of wrestling, the best of sports in Memphis, putting them together, and that's who's going to produce Championship Wrestling from Memphis. Rosas repping the Arizona State title during his interview today. Yes, he is the Arizona State champion. Stay tuned to see when Arizona returns to live production. Monkey, more question mark in Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. There is a match, Gentleman Jervis versus the question mark, in our playlist, our feature match playlist. Go check that out. Coley says Impact Hard to Kill is tonight. Ooh, that might be something to check out. Destiny, so many questions. So will Championship Wrestling from Hollywood still air on KCOC at 1 a.m.? Yes, there are no changes to the Hollywood. The only change is on this station, and the station here in Memphis will no longer feature Hollywood. We will feature Memphis. We will have original content. The only place that you can watch Championship Wrestling from Memphis is on youtube.com/Championship Wrestling and on CW30 in the Memphis viewing area. That's it. You can't watch it anywhere else. So that helps us a ton here in Memphis. Any other questions, Destiny? You have great questions. David says, true, the UWN does have a territory system of sorts. Yeah, I mean, we've got Hollywood, we've got Arizona, we've got Memphis now, and then you have your syndications all across the United States. We've got about 125 different channels. And we're ready to launch and kick off Championship Wrestling from Memphis. Let's see, Ricky, Dustin, you could always ask Mike Judge to fix your hair. Oh, that's a butthead joke. I like that. Thanks, Ricky. What do we got over here? We got a hater in the room. Tamarius, who are the most excited to see make an appearance in Championship Wrestling from Memphis? I am so excited to introduce all the great talent of the Mid-South to each and every one of you. There are a lot of guys and gals that need that exposure and need that platform to help them get to the next level and to help them get that TV time that they need. So on the commercial, you saw Derek King, Alan Steele, Bill Dundee's a legend. King Cobra's a legend. We also have Sir Mo. So do me a favor, go to championshipwrestlingmemphis.com and click roster, and you'll see a list of guys and gals that we've already signed up. Now, I'm updating that literally every single day. So when I get off of this live stream, and within a couple of hours, I'm going to update it again and have even more new talent posted on there. So it's updated all the time. Terry says, will any Texas wrestlers come from time to time? Absolutely. I plan to book Will all day. I love Will all day. Also, Bam Bam Malone, who's from the Dallas area. He's going to be there. There are several. So go to championshipwrestlingmemphis.com and click roster. Well, Texas is just excited as all get out about Memphis because there used to be a Texas versus Memphis thing back in USWA. So Texas is not too far from us. You'll see guys like Will all day, Bam Bam Malone, and more. Hopefully we'll get Cam in here as well. KDOC. Yes, I knew what you were talking about, Destiny. Terry says, I look young, but I'm turning 57. Territory days were okay if I had a large satellite dish or lots of money for magazines or new people in the business. Barely heard of stars in the territories, let alone the mids. Well, YouTube has changed the game. You can learn all about everybody, and we're going to introduce you to some brand new stars. Greg says, oh, I have to get that interview with Sweet Robin. Man, Sweet Robin was such a jerk. He said, I heard he was arrogant. Arrogant doesn't even begin. You know, he was just so disrespectful and just outright angry. So go to the podcast playlist. Also, you'll see some changes in the podcast, too. It'll be a lot more opinionative. You'll have a lot more reviews as far as the good, the bad, the ugly, thumbs up, thumbs down, all that kind of stuff. It looks like we are going to have maybe some new hosts for the Championship Wrestling podcast, maybe even a new name. So we're relaunching all of that. So Championship Wrestling from Memphis, we may see you in the ring, Destiny, with the question of the day. Oh, yeah, you'll definitely see myself and my Maria in the ring. Now, we will have hosting duties. We're going to do our best Todd Kinley impersonation as far as calling the action, but there will be instances where you'll see myself and my Maria in the ring, and who knows, maybe you'll even see Ray Rosas in town. Oh, yeah, long time coming. Willie says, Dustin, where do you get those cool suits from? I'm glad you asked. Suit you! They really suit you. So it's suitsyouonline.com, and there's a little free shipping code that you put in. It's right there on the website, and they'll ship them to you absolutely free. Thanks, Willie. Thanks for the shout out. Good segue to a plug. I at least get to watch Memphis and Hollywood back to back now. Thanks for the local affiliate airing Championship Wrestling from Hollywood right after YouTube airing. Well, very cool. So hopefully you'll join us for the live chat on the 27th and watch that, and then watch Memphis and then tune into Hollywood. I know, Ricky. I was just kidding. He says no hate here. I know. I was just kidding. But you had to throw the butthead joke in there and the gray hair joke in there. I'm still young, believe it or not. Destiny, I'm never leaving Memphis wrestling. It's in my heart. Oh, my gosh, Destiny, we got to talk some Memphis wrestling. I know. You got the T-shirt, the Bill Dundee T-shirt and mask and all that kind of stuff. Dave Brown, you knew who Dave Brown was. That's awesome. So we'll see all those same guys, old school mixed with new school, on Championship Wrestling from Memphis. Monkey, Hollywood, the beach city, not Hollywood with the studio. That's a little southeast of the pavilion. Ocean View Pavilion is just outside of Hollywood, but it's Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. So right there on the beach, man. I love it. I got to come back. Bo says Salty Robin was very arrogant and full of excuses. He definitely was, man. It was brutal. But I am glad that he did the interview so we could see the true side of him. Ricky, I tweeted Dr. Tom Pritchard about Eric Embry, and he hasn't responded. Well, I talked to Dr. Tom Pritchard pretty frequently. Love Dr. Tom. He was my coach when I was in WWE developmental. Of course, he spent a lot of time here in Memphis. So you might even see some Dr. Tom or maybe some of his students in our facility and on our show. Monkey, it took me 2 hours going up PCH to get there, to Hollywood, I imagine. David, I remember KDOC. It's in Los Angeles now, but I was there in mid 80s when it was Anaheim. Watched a taping of the video Zoo. Even saw Wally Hot Seat George. I don't know who that is, man. I'm from the Memphis area, so I'm sure everybody else knows who that is. David B, they still air Wally George. All right, Terry says, I wonder if Robin Shaw and Dan Joseph will form a tag team. Now, we haven't seen Dan Joseph necessarily go full-fledged bad guy. He's just been very, very mad and angry. He's been ripped off. I mean, we all saw it. He lost the United TV title. It was unfair. It was cheating. And then his rematches, again, unfair, cheating. 3-on-1 handicap match. I'd be frustrated too. But we haven't seen him pull what Sweet Robin pulled just yet. Let me get caught up. The Poor Man's Beat Show. I don't know what that means either. We all sang it in here. Suits you. Hey man, the jingle is like, it reminds me of the Sonic jingle. Do you guys remember the Sonic jingle that was going on for a minute there? But that Suits You jingle is just like gets stuck in your head. Ricky, Dustin, what championships have you won? Two-time Southern Tag Team Champion in Memphis Wrestling, Junior Southern Heavyweight Champion. I won the Southern Heavyweight Classic. I won a couple of NWA titles back. If you listen to the New Alliance podcast, I am a guest on the Alliance podcast coming up. Also, we discussed a lot of that on the Circle of Debate podcast. So if you listen to different podcasts and watch video streaming and stuff like that, you can check those out. But won quite a few. Also, I am a two-time Mr. Tennessee Men's Physique Champion. That's a legit right there. Bo says, don't forget Humongous. He needs his comeuppance from roughing you up at the Halloween show. Humongous is going to be on the show. And let me tell you, nobody has control over Humongous. So looking forward to seeing what's in store with him. At least I'm going to be at the desk, not necessarily in the ring against him. But I know it didn't stop him last time. Greg says, the more wrestling, the better. I agree. Terry says, whatever Maria allows him to win. That's right. My Maria, she dictates a lot of that. Bill Dundee was also good on the mic. He was one of the best. I don't know where you learned it, you scumjack. That's my Bill Dundee impersonation. We know who the real belt holder in that house is. Yeah, you're right about that. My Maria loves gold. Destiny says, is there a new studio built for Championship Wrestling from Memphis? Outdoors, indoors, birthday bash? Sorry, so much to ask. So the birthday bash, we officially had to cancel so we could refund the money to all the tickets that were sold. There will be some events at AutoZone Park as soon as they open back up. The place where we are calling home is Top of the Line Event Hall. And man, it's a nice facility. It has chandeliers and marble floors, and they're locally owned and operated. And it's a husband-wife combo, just like myself and my Maria. And so we are signed on for 8 events over the next 6 months. And then, of course, we'll add dates as we go. But it's going to be so exciting. It's indoors. We're going to be at 25% capacity. I think we're legally allowed to have 125 people in the building. We're only going to have 75 people in the building. So that way we stay under the rules and regulations and follow the CDC guidelines and all that good stuff. The tickets ringside sold out pretty fast. Sorry, I'm getting a text message. The ringside seat sold out in less than 2 days. So yeah, we're going to have 75 people starting out, and it's going to be indoors at Top of the Line Event Hall. Sorry, obviously it's an important text if I'm taking it during a live chat. Not going to tell you who it was, but you guys would know who it was if I said. Okay, so Destiny, that's great. I went to college. Oh, that's Wally's. I don't know who Wally is. Sorry. Tell Maria, your wife, happy birthday. Thanks, Jamode. Yeah, I got a little bit of brownie points on that last week. Um, did Bruiser Brody ever wrestle in Memphis? Yes, Bruiser Brody did wrestle in Memphis. He wasn't like a mainstay, but he did. My birthday's coming up next month. Happy early birthday, Jamode, if I don't see you. Terry said, so will you be... So you will be Jay Cal's podcast? I'm not sure who Jay Cal is, but I am accepting bookings to do podcasts just to spread the word about Championship Wrestling from Memphis. David said, Dustin, he's a conservative talk show host. He was famous for getting into very heated arguments with his guests and even having some of the more obnoxious guests thrown off the set. Okay. Probably won't join his podcast then or his radio program. How old is Dutch Mantel? Well, I think he was in the same yearbook as Jesus. Let's put it that way. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, Teddy, but he is pretty old. Ricky, who here remembers Terrence Garvin and his something? David says, better to start safe, and hopefully you can include more people when things get better. That's the idea, is to go ahead and launch and then open up more tickets as the world starts opening back up. I do remember Terrence Garvin, by the way. But yeah, so we will take all the safety precautions and protocol and all that good stuff. Hopefully Howdy's Pipes will make their long-awaited return to Memphis if he makes the trip. Oh, howdy. Memphis is known for having very, very good and bad, bad meaning bad guy, managers. So that would be cool. Terrence or Terry, same person. Jamode, I'm doing good. How are you? JCal also does give us updates and news on SoCal Wrestling. Well, very cool. Well, any other questions, any other concerns or anything like that? I don't want to burst you guys' bubble. Of course, we're going to be here every single Saturday at noon, just like we are now. Not unfortunately, but fortunately for us, we're launching a brand new product, a brand new program, Championship Wrestling from Memphis. That was the goal since day one, is syndicating the Hollywood program and turning it into the Memphis program. So here we are. It's time to start talking about it and start being about it. I actually have a call with David Marquez today. We're discussing a whole bunch of stuff, the setup and what we're going to do and what we're not going to do and all that kind of stuff. Hope the wrestlers don't knock any chandeliers down in the banquet hall. Well, Tamarius, they better not, because that's not going to be pretty. We're going to avoid the chandeliers. Cornette talked about Dutch having to shave himself so he didn't sweat all over everybody he wrestled. Well, Dutch Mantel has always been like the hairiest guy in the entire world. So I never saw him shaved. So let's see. Shane says, I bet you like to see men wrestle. Yes, I also like to see women wrestle. Not sure where you're going on that one. Destiny, I'll ask some more on the Twitter later. I've got to go. Great show. Love you all so much. Thank you, Destiny. Thanks for joining us. We love you as well. Thank you for helping support Memphis wrestling. Jimmy Hart managed in Memphis for a while, if I remember correctly. He didn't manage here in a while. He made his name here in Memphis. This is where he started. He made his – Jimmy Hart wouldn't be Jimmy Hart without Memphis wrestling. SoCal distancing, I'd love to meet them. Well, until you met them. I'm kidding. They're great guys. They just are bad guy wrestlers. Let's see. Championship Wrestling from Memphis, AEW. Hello from KWN. Hey, Kurt. How are you? Willie, you have a great day as well. I have a couple of more minutes to take a couple of other questions if you guys have any. This is really good news, though. Tickets are on sale right now at championshipwrestlingmemphis.com. If you do want to support the show, even if you're in the California area or outside of the area, the tickets are only $10. If you do purchase a ticket at championshipwrestlingmemphis.com and you can't make it, then donate that ticket. There are a lot of families and kids out there that aren't as fortunate as what you are. So if you do want to support the show and show a little bit of love, go to championshipwrestlingmemphis.com and you'll see it right there front and center. It says TV taping tickets. click that. Like I say, it's only $10. And if you put a special message in there or send me a DM and say, hey, give these tickets to somebody who needs them and we'll put them to use and we'll appreciate it. We'll give you guys a shout out on that. So you can support the show even if you're outside of the actual market. Monkey says, I want to see people wrestle bears and alligators. I want to watch it all. Well, I don't know if we can officially regulate a match with an alligator or a bear, but we'll see. We'll keep that in mind. You know, Tracy Smothers did wrestle a bear. GWF gave us Harlem Heat, X-Pac, JBL, and Taz was advertised but never wrestled there. Coley, well, Adam Pearce, is he going to be the Universal Champion? I have not seen SmackDown yet, but I did hear that he might not be in that match anymore. Not really sure. Don't spoil it for me because I'm going to go back and watch it. But, man, Adam Pearce just goes to show you, you never know when they're going to call your number. Jamode says, can I meet you and get an autograph? Jamode, are you in the Memphis area? Terry says, I want to see a killer gorilla wrestle a monkey. Oh, man. I think you're on the wrong YouTube channel. I'm sure there's a YouTube channel for that. That is too funny. Maybe you could see Humongous kill one of the smaller guys. Like a gorilla against a Bondo ape. All right, now we're getting way off here. If Papo makes the trip to Memphis like he said, he could get the suit count going live and in person. Well, we'd have to take the bodega to Suit You so they can get all dolled up and decked out like the champs they are. Randy Orton is out of the Royal Rumble match. That's impossible. Is he? I did not know that. Is it due to the fire to the face? Because I don't believe it. I don't believe it till I see it. Jamode, how are you going to meet up with me and get an autograph if you're not from the Memphis area? Okay, guys, I've got just a couple of more minutes. Couple of business meetings, believe it or not, on a Saturday. I don't get to be off on a Saturday. Actually, this is work too. I love what I do, so that's cool. The blades would break if they touch Dutch Mantel's beard. That's probably true. They said they want him against the Fiend again. Ooh, so instead of being in the Rumble match, Orton would be against the Fiend. Dustin, can you PayPal me your autograph? How would I PayPal you the autograph? You could buy a t-shirt. That's a grind. Actually, just go to championshipwrestlingmemphis.com, click the little t-shirt thing. Jamode says, no, I'm from California. Hit me up on a DM, Jamode, and we can get you a picture or something like that. Awesome. Any more, anything else? Lots of gorilla comments here. I'm not really sure what's going on with that. Thanks a lot. Who started that? Brother. Monkey must have started that. Monkey Jeebus. Oh my gosh, you guys are too much. All right, well, if you missed any of today's episode, all the matches are available in full right now. You will have clips and highlights that will hit tomorrow. And then also the full episode is available right here and right now. And again, if you want to get some tickets to Championship Wrestling from Memphis, you can get them at championshipwrestlingmemphis.com. Let's take a moment to remember Darwin Finch's valiant efforts today against the whitey tighty singlet. That was not a singlet. That was underwear. That was disgusting. More gorilla talk. Gorilla Monsoon. There you go. Way to tie that into wrestling. Gorilla Monsoon. Oh my gosh. I'm just reading you guys' comments. There's no need in repeating them out loud. The experience with Bryce Boudreaux. What's up, man? How are you? I mean, in need of a good suit. There's so many suits questions. Suitsyouonline.com. Terry, we're not doing a thong singlet here. I'm going to put it in here. It's actually free shipping, and the quality is excellent, and you'll like it. I don't know if you're joking or not, but suitsyouonline.com, you can get free shipping. They do not sell thong singlets, though, but every suit that you see me wear, Bryce, comes from Suit You. There's 3 locations in Memphis. They're also in Texas. And then, of course, they're on the World Wide Web. Rikishi did rock the thong. You're right about that, for sure. Rikishi also has performed right here at Grind City Wrestling Night with the Grizzlies. Anyway, thanks, Dustin. Always good to visit with you and everybody else. Good show today. What are you doing?
About to go walking.
Oh, look who's here.
Bear.
The little bear is here.
Oh, he just
check it out. He
He
did.
just dropped a pass.
Here's the little bear make a cameo. What's up, buddy? This is Reese the Beast. Somebody make a thong singlet. No, we're not gonna do that. I'll check it out. Yeah, I know a Blade Boudreaux, man. Dustin versus Don Cherry in a last standing match. I would win that 100 times out of 100 times. Uh-oh. I don't guess he wants it. Do you want to talk to them or what? Reese? No? Oh, look at there. He's definitely a Grizzlies fan. You know that, right? That's why he has all his bear outfits. Destiny says adorable. Thank you, Destiny. How long before he teams with his big brother to tag team? You know, a while back, Brady asked me, "Hey, Dad, how long are you gonna be wrestling?" It's like, why do you ask? And he said, well, because we could be a tag team. Now he has no interest in wrestling. And also I was like, how long do you think I'm going to be wrestling, dude? My wife comes to ringside with me. That's the lady that I host with, Maria. Handsome young man. Thank you. Coley, you're not an anti-Semitic, are you? Where did we get that? Reese the Beast. Oh, yeah. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for joining us. And be sure to check out the show if you missed it. You can get your tickets. They're only $10. ChampionshipWrestlingMemphis.com. Like I said, if you're outside of the market, you could donate that ticket to somebody that needs it, somebody that's that can appreciate it. Also, on Monday at noon, we'll have a brand new Championship Wrestling podcast. So that'll be a lot of fun. And then next Saturday, right here on youtube.com/Championship Wrestling, we have a brand new episode. It says, hey, Reese, come on, poke daddy in the eye with that thumb. Just tell the ref, tell mom the ref it was just due to a lack of coordination. Yes, Reese does like peanut butter cups. Bam Bam Balone was a huge signing. Yes, great addition to Championship Wrestling from Memphis. He's coming from Texas. Looking forward to Bam Bam calling the action for him. I actually spoke to him this morning. He will be added to the website here in just a couple of hours. So go to ChampionshipWrestlingMemphis.com and hit roster, and you can see all of the talent that we've signed so far, or all the ones I want you to know about. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to calling the action for Bam Bam Malone. Just when he was going to poke me in the eye, he took it away. Bye, Dustin. Congratulations on Championship Wrestling from Memphis. We're so happy for you. Thank you so much, James. This is a bucket list thing. I love it. And thank you guys for joining me here. I am going to get off, but if you're watching this at a later time, go ahead and put your comments in here, and I will respond to each and every one of them. And I will see you guys on Monday at noon for the Championship Wrestling podcast. Until then, I am Dustin Starr. Saying so long, everybody.